vision for National Learning and Development Day is much broader. At National Forum for Learning, Innovation and Growth, we believe that learning does not begin when someone joins a company, nor does it end when someone retires. Learning begins in schools, continues through colleges and universities, and remains a lifelong journey throughout one's personal and professional life. And therefore, National Learning and Development Day is a celebration of the entire learning ecosystem, which you all are a part of. It recognizes the contributions of school teachers, college faculty, professors, educators, researchers, trainers, HR professionals, learning leaders, e learning specialists, edtech professionals, coaches, mentors, and all those who contribute to shaping minds and building capabilities. The world around us is changing rapidly. Technology, artificial intelligence, automation, changing job roles, and evolving workplace expectations are transforming the way we learn, work, and grow. In such a dynamic environment, learning is no longer optional, but it is an essential. Keeping this reality in mind, the theme for National Learning and Development Day 2026 is the future of education, jobs, and employability. Today, through this webinar, we aim to bring together diverse perspectives from education, industry, and the learning profession to discuss the opportunities and challenges that lie ahead. We hope these discussions will help students, educators, institutions, professionals, and organizations prepare for the future with greater confidence and clarity. As part of this year's celebrations, NFLIG also launched the National Learning and Development Day Awards for the first time. The objective was to recognize and honor individuals who are making contributions to education, teaching, training, learning, and development across India. We had invited nominations from across the learning ecosystem, including preschools and school teachers, college faculty, professors, leaders, L&D practitioners, edtech professionals, and other educators who are advancing learning in a meaningful ways. We consciously designed unique award categories that reflect the many dimensions of learning and development as a whole. We are delighted by the overwhelming response we received and deeply encouraged by the appreciation and acceptance of this initiative has garnered. It reinforces our belief that recognizing those who enable learning is both necessary and timely. Now, moving ahead in this seminar, I would like to welcome our esteemed speakers who are also the jury members for the National Learning and Development Day Awards 2026. Fatima Agarkar, who is the founder of Agarkar Center of Excellence and an educationist, unfortunately will not be able to join today due to some sudden professional requirements at her end. But she has conveyed her good wishes for the celebration and congratulations to the award winners. I request Dr. Parag Kalkar, the Pro Vice Chancellor of Savitribai Phule Pune University, formerly called as University of Pune, to begin the session with his excellent thoughts and experiences about how does he see the future of education as a whole. Dr. Parag sir, over to you. Thank you.
I'm very thankful for this online session, and Abhay Kulkarni and all the dignitaries who have joined online. And it's very important that future of education need to be understood, because I always keep saying that the student which we create out of our higher education institute are going to be part of global workforce 2028, maybe passing out, so 2030 if they are in 4-year program. And next 30 years, they will be part of global workforce. So it's very important for all of us to understand that the world has changed after Corona. The degree has not lost, but I think the importance is been reduced. And we are more focused on the skills and employability skills, basically, which all agencies are talking about. So graduates and graduate plus skill, I think they were preferred that graduate plus skills. I always give an example that the two students, one student who has got internship and he was serious, understanding about any professional organization, including banks or any professional company, or a student who have only paper qualification as a postgraduate or a graduate, want to enter in any department of HR for any company. The student who have done something, work with the professional organization, understand that what he need to wear, how need to talk, what is the security gate, what protocol he need to follow, how he need to start talking. And the other student who have never entered get stuck up in his security also. He don't know that how to discuss with security. He don't know how either he should wear a tie or he should go in formal attire. He don't know how the HR manager looks like. So I think it's very different. And at our university, at Savitribai Phule Pune University, we have started recently for few selective, which is called as apprenticeship embedded degree program, where completely 12 months of student goes with the industry with the stipend, and he works as an employee with that industry. So my idea is, in future of education is degree plus skills, domain knowledge plus skills. Without skills, I think the degree will not be recognized by professional bodies and association. The time has come that we should not keep discussing about industry and institute interaction, but we should come together for starting from the design of curricula, delivery of curricula, handholding of our student, and then make him employable in all faculties. There is a very serious things we have to give for the humanities faculty, student from languages, student from sociology, student from psychology. There are jobs that are available, but we have to find out that where they can fit in, how they can enter into the professional setup and make their life better. That's the only thing, because otherwise, today I'm learning some technology. Tomorrow, before I enter into industry, that may not exist practically. When I give my example, when I was doing my graduation, we had COBOL, C++, or some languages which we have learned. Having expertise in language at that point of time, or maybe good marks, I think today it has no value, practically speaking, at all. I even cannot demonstrate you any expertise in those languages. So the technology is sending going very fast. You don't know that how the business will transact. Now from physical we are moved to digital, and from digital we are moving to some more versions of money even. So transaction, decentralization, supply and logistics, they're drastically changing. Uh, the way we work, the way the business is being done, the way the money is being transferred, and so many other things are changing very faster. So we need to recognize these changes. And one thing which I think is very, very important for all of students to learn, beside their professional attitude, their mindset, their ethical way of doing work, is problem solving skills that will remain forever in whatever era by 2040, because 2040 we don't know that we'll travel by scooty or will travel by drone from one place to another place. I may go by drone to Sabji Mandi to buy a Sabji, because the trials and errors are going on. Aircraft will be there, or there will be super fast trains will be available, bullet trains which can move faster than our aircraft. So a lot of things, the fuel, the energy, and so many things are changing drastically. So I think we all need to make them mentally ready and prepared and understand about the future. So he has to be ready with problem solving skills. So project based learning and problem based learning, I2B has to be a core. And I always prefer that by 2030 we all have to eradicate the names of the degree. It is self-designed degree. The student will design his own degree. 60% will be the title of the degree. what core subject he wished to take, and 40% from anywhere in the world he can add to the basket. At the end of the day, he completes the number of credit, he will get the degree at the end of the day. That level of flexibility, I think today we are running in a way that my way is highway. Whatever I learn need to be passed on to the student. Our MCOM student who have done distinction doesn't have any work in banks because banks are being automated. They're run by the machines and algorithm. What ledgers and all these things. What banking is doing is preferably marketing of banking schemes. So core banking is already taken over by the machines. LinkedIn says that 42% of your present skills are already taken by the machines. Every year it is changing. So that changing mindset. Lastly, I would like to say, I can keep on saying, but other experts are there. In the 30 years work life of any future student who is a part of global workforce, he may have to take a break of 6 months to a year to relearn, to unlearn what he has learned. The capacity building and that kind of mindset has to be created. Today, we know that once we start working, the only time to stop is retirement. But that may not happen, may not happen. I'm very positive, but may not happen. Student may have to take 6 months or a year break, go back to his own college or institution or any professional institution, relearn what kind of technology is required for his future employability, and then he can start with the future employability. So that mindset change for institution, universities, and the student and parents is the most important thing. Today, everyone flies towards the IT sector or a computer management or AI and ML. I think these are all tools. At the end of the day, what capacity student develop inherently, which will adjust with the external environment and professional environment, carries most. So I'm very thankful that you have conducted this seminar online and getting connected with everyone. We definitely make a long-term impact for all of us who are gathered here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Parag Kalkar. It was really wonderful listening to you. And the last thing which you mentioned, that the age will be of relearning and unlearning also. That was really magnificent of you, Dr. Parag Kalkar, to have listen to you today, and the global perspective you gave from the student side as well as the education institute side. It's really magnificent. Thank you so much, Dr. Parag Kalkar, and thank you for your time today. I would request Uma Alluri madam to please take over now.
Thank you. Firstly, congratulations on this venture and ensuring that there is a forum to talk about an intersection between education, jobs, and the continuity, which is employability, right? So thank you, Dr. Anand, and Rupa as well, if she's on the call. So hello, good evening to everybody, to my fellow jury members, to the parents, students, and to all the guests who are part of this forum today. So when I was given this topic, right, so thanks to the previous speaker, I think he's almost covered the key points, right? So it was very crisp and to the point. So thank you for that, for setting the tone right. Right. So first and foremost, as I said, the intersection of all these three is the future, right? We cannot look at, looking all of them in a separate forum way, right? All of them work and go hand in hand. So I think back in those days when we were getting educated, the path was very linear. So what success meant for us was get a job, right? First get a degree, yeah. First get a degree, aim for a job, and stay in the job forever, right? That was the only thing where we were all mind tuned on. But if you see today's scenario, it is no longer valid. Everything, the atmosphere of all these three has changed in such a fast paced manner. The technology has evolved in such a way that the education system is no longer able to catch up with the pace that with which it is getting changed. So you get the textbooks and the content changed. By the time it is reaching the students, I think technology is again changing. So there is always a gap in there itself. right? And now, so when there is a gap in the education itself, catching up with what the jobs require, the roles require, right, is again, definitely there's a gap. And that's where I think our department, learning and development department, plays a very important role. So we design jobs, and we design the training content which is relevant to today. So I think we fill the gap between what the education is offering, especially for the campus hires, right? So I just came out of an induction today. So when I interact with this generation of campus hires, I could see the very difference of their retention or their staying capacity is very, very different to what we were. So it is no longer a just in case, but it is just in time skills that we cater to as organizations, right? So it's very obsolete in case if companies think about preparing content for a very long time and we stay there. So jobs are, again, if we come to the second point, moving to the jobs, right? In my opinion, uh, all of us are talking about AI, right? AI is playing a very, very important role, not just in students, but even in corporates, in the education system, and all over, right? I think most of us are threatened by the very fact that AI will take over jobs. But I don't think so. It is only a transformation. Many things happened in the past few decades. There's a lot of technology like AI that have come in. I think all that matters is humans, are they integrating and leveraging AI, or are they seeing it as a threat? So it is um, a person, do they have AI skill versus persons who don't have an AI skill, right? So AI might replace a lot of jobs, but it will also create a lot of jobs. So I think you future is bright. We should look at it into that aspect. And when it comes to the third pillar, if I can say, out of the three, out of the theme, which is employability, right? I think the very fact we all need to understand is a major distinction between employment versus employability. I think many of the students do not understand this. They keep complaining, why are we not being employed, right? Why I'm not getting a job. They think a degree would give them a job. I think degree is just a entrance for a certain roles, but however, there are many other aspects that employability requires. So very important is for them to understand what employability means, right? So corporates no longer looking at just a degree, right? While it is definitely a shortlisting criteria, however, out of the number of people that would attend the interview, all right, so your employability is more dependent upon your soft skills than the hard skills, right? So when they come in, right? So it is very important for us to understand, are they adaptable? We look into their curiosity, right? We look into their analytical skills. Are they logical enough, right? And most importantly, nowadays it is very important for us to check the psychology aspect of, will they be able to work with the multi-generational workforce, right? That's a very major employability skill that we see, especially for manufacturing sector where I work. It's very important that they work, they're agile enough, and their learning skills are they have the quick ability to grasp and learn. So it's reiterating the same fact that it is not about just learning, but it is about continuous learning. It is about the corporates are ready to give personalized learning, right? But how are you, as I said, just in time? We are no longer looking, or we are no longer skilling people for longer time. Means we are not going to skill anybody for next year or that next year. We want to skill people for today. So for a shorter period, that's how it has transformed in, right? So technology is not a threat. All I can say, I think all the education, jobs, and the corporates need to come together and find an intersection on how we can stay relevant and ensure that the future of India, especially, right? We are the skills economy, what Mr. Modi ji, is visioning for all of us is very much relevant, and I think we need to leverage that and take it forward. Yeah. So that's all from my end. Over to you,
Yes,
Dr.
Uma,
Anand.
thank you. Thank you so much. I really, really thank you to mention the note of connecting, intersecting education, jobs, and employability as a chain, and that's very important for the generations to come to realize that and actually work on those, lines to build the foundations into education and then transform them into employability and jobs. Thank you so much, Uma, for those wonderful perspectives and experiences you shared.
No, my
Uh,
pleasure. Thank you for having me in. Yes.
Thank you, Uma. It was a pleasure to have you. It's an honor to have you with us
No,
today.
not at all.
Uh, I would like to ask the audience if anybody would like to ask questions, anybody to Dr. Parakalkar or Uma ma'am, if in case somebody has any doubt or something before we move ahead.
Oh, yes, please. Any questions on the, yeah, I'll be more than happy to help you out.
Dr. Abhay here. I will
Yes,
like to just add, madam, what you said. We all
sir.
talk about AI, ML, and technology and all that, but we need not carry on to the technology because technology is a tool in itself. It's not the end in
Yes.
itself. So, what you said rightly as AI, no threat, but we need to have technology leverage in our personality. Like we need to have AI fluency or digital tool fluency because that will add to your work effectiveness, efficiency, and economy as well. Yes, you rightly said about soft skill, but I think that today we need to have, as Parag sir said, lifelong learning. Now, to since I work in SK for 22 years, and it was a manufacturing company, how lifelong learning in your organization is promoted for self-directed learning or continuous upskilling?
Oh, you're
How?
asking me, sir? Oh, I'm
Yes.
so sorry about it.
uh,
Oh, absolutely. So I've been always a lifelong learner. I think learning plays a very important role in keeping you up to date, not in terms of skill, but whenever you're part of learning, what I understand is you're learning not just the skill, but the peer group interactions teach you more than just the content itself. So self-directed learning always helps because that is focused learning. You know where you want to reach. So you're linking self-directed learning directly to your career aspirations. But you
yes.
should never limit only to self-direction, right? Why? Because that is giving you only knowledge. But if you really want to apply, to understand how the world is evolving, you need to have peer learning. And that happens only when you are joining courses, certifications, where you have interactions with other learners. You are co-learning, you're
Yes.
talking to them through the experiences. You know the best practices that are happening in other organizations. Human connection plays a very, very important role, Dr. Abai.
Yeah.
So, in my experience, I had a mix. So, every year, there's a certain budget I keep for myself and my learning, apart from what organization gives, right? I think it's very important. You have your own plan for yourself to, and you keep, that amount of time and dedication for you to upskill yourself. Yeah.
Sure.
So
Sure.
yeah.
I think your point of view was ability, skill, and knowledge. But apart from that, your experience, exposure, and expertise counts a lot.
Yes, absolutely. It matters. I think that's more important than the KSA, right?
Yeah, and
As
one
you
more,
go up the ladder.
last question. As you rightly pointed out, the generational gap is changing in Gen Z and millennials. Their motivational requirements are different. I'm going to go for a corporate training in Sierra, where they have asked me for how are you going to talk about that. I said, unless and until I talk with them and understand your organizational requirements, because
Mhm.
the culture is more important to understand, then the gap can be eliminated. That's all.
I think, so to add to that point, if you are addressing them, every other organization is facing this problem,
Yes.
wherein I think the senior most people who actually are carrying the wealth of knowledge today in every organization,
Yeah.
with the amount of experience and the expertise that they have, to versus the today's generation that are coming into the companies. So both are equally competing because knowledge is not at scarce.
Yes.
What is the wealth of knowledge these people are having over the years? This generation is able to get that knowledge within a click,
Fast.
right? They're able to, the information is available to them, right? So I think companies are focusing more in bridging the gap in terms of uh, the bringing them together to work together. It's the collaboration that is missing, and the share of challenging situations and knowledge which AI and a chat GPT cannot give them. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Abhay. Thank you, Uma, for those wonderful thoughts and exchanges of ideas. We have a question in the chat box from somebody called as Casey Zingade. He says that today's generation is not worried about AI. Rather, corporates have a challenge of loyalty. And these people do not stay beyond a year or more as they get bored easily. How do corporates then look at such challenges?
You
Uma.
rightly, you got it so well right. Uh, Even we are facing a lot of attrition challenge. I come from an aerospace and manufacturing company, so India has seen a boom in terms of aerospace manufacturing. So Tatas are known for their training centers, right? So we believe in. So I'm sorry, I'm a, I go into a background before answering the question. So don't get me wrong in that. So of course, we are facing the loyalty challenge, Casey. So how we are tackling is, I think, mind shift in terms of the entire, not just the HR, but the business ecosystem where we are working, Casey. I think corporates have accepted that loyalty is no longer how much ever engagement budgets you have, how much ever rewards and recognition you do. If an employee wants to move out, they move out. The motivation theories that once used to work are no longer working at all. The trial and error, whatever you do, are no longer working in the companies. So that's the reason, L&D has moved. If you ask me in terms of L&D's focus is just in time. We are no longer spending money. Our budgets are not much allocated to long-term education or long-term skill enhancements. So whatever is required for that role, for that time, that is where our priorities are focused. So the same goes with other aspects of HR scope of work. We are also trying to evolve in terms of assuming that out of 100 people who join, 5 to 10 people would last for 5 years or more. So the remaining 90 would stay only between 1 to 4 years. So how do we cater to their development and how do we engage them? So that's how our strategy and frameworks are evolving. Yeah, if that helps you in understanding. Yeah.
Yes, Umar, it was very well received by the person who asked the question. Thank you so much for those wonderful explanations. We
My
now
pleasure.
have Amita Karve with us to share her thoughts. Amita, over to you, please.
Thank you, Dr. Anand, and it's my true honor to be, invited in today's forum and as a speaker. So, firstly, thank you very much for this invitation, and I hope I'm audible to everyone. And I'm not going to take much of everyone's time, but especially in today's world, right? It is important to sharpen your saw constantly. What it means is, a few of the speakers earlier mentioned, that it's important to have not only the degree, the paper, but also it's important to have constant certification. Learning is no more one time. It is a continuous process, irrespective of your age and stage of life. And I always say this. So every phase of your life, there has to be continuous learning process. Having said that, there is, and what Mr. Casey Zingade just asked, right? How do you engage with the Gen Z? Um, for them, it's variety is a spice of life. They are grown up adults, but they still have a children's mindset. In a way, it's very helpful because they're always looking for learning, unlearning, and relearning, or they are trying to look at every problem statement as a new toy with which they can play and they can come up with innovative solutions and ideas. And I think from the future of education, future of learning and development and jobs tomorrow, the way L&D professionals should look at is not a one-time tie-up with IITs, IIMs, doing the hackathons, doing those long-term programs of 16, 18, 24 months. Gone are those days. I'm not saying they don't serve value. They definitely serve value. They definitely have frameworks. They have solid knowledge. But I'm just saying, as HR and L&D professionals, what we need to look at is how do we cater those Gen Zs or even people at our life stage, right? We are at the top of the peak of a career. We still have 10, 15, 12 years to retire. And in the context of today's corporate, we might look like we have becoming obsolete, or we kind of aren't able to do good work with AI as the Gen Zs are doing. So my humble submission to all the HR professionals or all the professionals who are currently in that phase of life is to be unstoppable, be non-stop. You can go, you have Udemy, Coursera, you have so many different platforms, edtech platforms available today where you can go and gain certifications. Again, gaining certifications is not the end. How do you execute that is more important. If an organization like Tech Mahindra, where I worked earlier, or Mahindra Group, had ALPs, which is Action Learning Programs, it would really help. And we do have that, right? I mean, I'm saying we, now I'm no more working there, but that's how the entire education or the learning and development should be looked at. It shouldn't be only knowledge, it should be knowledge, experience, education, experience, and exposure. And I would say, last but not the least, the execution part of it. So, whatever you learn, how do you execute it? How do you make a problem statement of what you have learned, looking at that gap analysis, and then coming up with some digital AI solution, or maybe some solution from what certification you have learned? I think that's very important. The second important part for, bridging the capability gap from today to tomorrow or future is that I would say continuously look at the data, observation. I always keep on saying the devil is in the details. So data is extremely important. You keep on looking what's happening in the world right now, how fast organizations are moving, how fast knowledge is moving, and constantly keep yourself updated. So gone are those days that I have become a lawyer or have done my MBA HR and that's it, I'm done. I have a certificate and year on year or every 2 years, 5 years, I'm just career progressing basis my KPIs achievement. Nobody looks at it that way. Now organizations or leaders or C-suite is looking at what have you learned, how often you upgrade. After you upgrade, have you analyzed what are the problems that are there in your organization, and using your education and your experience, are you able to solve any problem and execute it? I think that's how the future of HR is going to be. So more people moving from traditional training and development or learning and development to futuristic continuous learning is more important. And in my own journey, I have realized that most of the meaningful learning happens out of the traditional settings. What it means is it's just not your experience, it's just not your education, it's the challenges that you face, the collaborations that you do, and even the failures. We really don't give importance to failures. We have stigmatized failures like, oh, he was given that and he failed. Uh, and if you allow me, Anand, and we have few minutes, I can actually talk about something very, very personal to me. And this I'm quoting from my old Mahindra days. During COVID, I was given a librarian who was reporting in admin and said, Amita Karve, why don't you run the library? Now, COVID situation, everyone was locked up at home. There were no vehicles moving around. There was no touch to any books because of the infection. And we have a physical library in Mahindra Towers, Burli, right? That library was closed. No infection, no books, no physical. Now you tell me, if I would have said, oh no, I don't think I can run this initiative, probably I would have failed. I took, and nobody was ready to touch that kind of a challenge in those days. I said, it's okay. Worst case scenario, I will lose my job. Nothing else will happen. Nobody is going to kill me. I'm going to still have my life. I'm still going to be resilient. I'm still going to fight and I'm still going to come out strong. So I took it as a challenge. I worked out, and the librarian is just a 12th pass, just to give you a background, right? He is not a BCom graduate. He does not have a degree official. He's been with us for very many years, come more towards retirement. I was lucky enough that when I sat with him and I understood what his challenges were, we were able to craft a program which was we were running library online. So we didn't do podcasts. I'll be very honest, because every now and then everybody was doing podcasts. What we instead did is we made others, our own employees, to read those books, read one book, make a book summary, put it on a presentation, and share it across on a webinar, live webinar with most of our employees. And you will not believe that worked out well for 2 years. So look at challenges as areas of improvement of something doing new, rather than looking at it as a failure. So I think every project, every role, every interaction is an opportunity for you to grow, provided you have a growth mindset. With that, I would like to, stop here and ask if there are any questions.
Yes, Amita, that was really wonderful, and that experience was mind blowing. I would say mind boggling as well, because such kind of challenges and facing them and actually rising to actually solve them and execute them. It's really a really what you call out of the world, out of the box thinking which is required behind to go for
Thank
it.
you so much.
Thank you so much, Amita, for all those thoughts and experiences and the thoughts which you expressed about learning, and as well as how learnings happen in the corporate, right from the linkage of HR to the training and the learning as a whole, were really wonderful. Thank you so much. Once again, I would like to ask participants if anybody would like to ask questions to Uma or Amita or Dr. Parag Kalkar as well. They can put their questions in the chat box as well if they are not able to speak due to technical issues. But yes, we would love to have one or two questions, because this is, I believe, when we have such a panel in front of us, we should take the maximum advantage to learn ourselves and then make others learn as well. So, would like to ask the participants to ask any questions. Okay, so we move forward in our session today, and that we spoke about the future of education, jobs, and employability as a whole. And really, indeed, what a wonderful session today. We listened to Uma, we listened to Amita and Dr. Parag Kalkar also, and also had wonderful views from Dr. Abhay Kulkarni. I'm sure that listening to these stalwarts uh, uh, who are a part of the entire learning ecosystem, that is education, corporate learning, skills, and employability as a whole, have given all of us a complete picture of the future of work, what we talk today. I hope all of you have noted all aspects and will be able to take benefit for your own learning and self development. Becoming aware, I believe, is one of the most important aspects today. And this session has truly made us aware of the future, I would say. Thank you so much once again to all the esteemed speakers for those enriching and enlightening thoughts.
Our pleasure, and thank you for the invitation.
Thank
We
you so
come
much,
to,
Dr. Anand.
yes, Amita, thank you so much. We come to the ceremonial part of our session today. After this insightful session, we now come to the ceremony of announcing the National Learning and Development Day Awards 2026. As mentioned in the beginning, the awards are to celebrate, recognize, and honor learning professionals, be it a teacher, a college professor, or a corporate employee. And yes, I definitely feel, and I think you all will also agree, that this is a landmark celebration of learning excellence which is happening today as part of the National Learning and Development Day, which will be celebrated on 24th of June every year. We come to the award winners. We have the school category where the award winners are celebrating educators who nurture curiosity, compassion, and growth in young learners every day. I have always believed that school education is the first domain or the first level of getting somebody learn and educate. And we have the award winners today in that school segment. We have Priyanka Prakash, who has been awarded the Distinguished Teaching Excellent Award. And we have Pallavi Wadadekar, who has been awarded the Holistic Child Development Champion Award. These award winners have been selected through proper evaluation by the jury members. I really congratulate both of them for winning these awards, and you truly deserve these awards for the work you have done in your domain for all these years. We come to the higher education category award winners. We are recognizing faculty and leaders who are redefining excellence in higher education across India. And we have the winners as Dr. Smita Singh, who has won the Distinguished Teaching Excellence Award. We have Ajit Maurya, who has won the Emerging Faculty Impact Award. We have Sandeep Kumar, Student Mentorship and Career Guidance Excellence Award. Dr. Manisha Banik, she has been awarded by National Professor of Excellence Award. Dr. Abhay Kulkarni, Academic Governance and Stewardship Award. Dr. Ritika Agarwal, Distinguished Teaching Excellence Award. And we have Dr. Amit Patil as the Academia Industry Integration Excellence Award. Once again, congratulations to all the award winners in the higher education category as part of the National Learning Development Day Awards. And yes, we have the corporate category award winners here, and we are honoring learning and development professionals who are building learning cultures and driving organizational growth. We have Dr. Deblina Saha Vasishtha, who has been conferred the Emerging Learning Facilitator Excellence Award. We have Bhageshri Dongre, who has earned the National Learning and Development Leadership Excellence Award. We have Sheena Wengiyeli, who has earned the National Learning and Development Leadership Excellence Award. And we have Hina Vachedia. She has earned the Culture of Continuous Learning Award. Once again, I'm really thankful to all the participants and the applicants for the National Learning Development Day Award. And congratulations once again, a big congratulations from all of us on behalf of the speakers as well as the juries, to all the winners of the school category, the corporate category, and the higher education category. Heartiest congratulations once again.
Congratulations to all the category winners.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations to all the winners.
Now, as we come to the end of today's celebration, I would like to promise that NFLIG, that is National Forum for Learning, Innovation and Growth, shall remain committed to strengthening the learning ecosystem through various activities and initiatives. National Learning and Development Day is not just a one-day event. It is a long-term mission to celebrate learning, encourage knowledge sharing, recognize excellence, and promote continuous growth across society. We will continue to celebrate National Learning and Development Day every year on 24th of June and expand its reach and impact in the years ahead, not only nationally, but as well as globally. I invite all of you to join us in this journey and become ambassadors of lifelong learning. Together, let us create a future where learning is valued, celebrated, and accessible to all. Once again, a big thank you to the jury for their time today, and congratulations once again to the award winners. A big thank you to all the attendees for making today a truly memorable and enriching experience. Thank you so much once again. We end the session, we end the celebration for the National Learning and Development Day today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
so much,
you.
everyone.
Thank you. And have a good day, all of you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Sorry, Dr. Parag, I couldn't take your name, but yes, now I understand. I think whoever has the video on, that's coming on the front screen. So yeah, great. But it was lovely speaking to you, Dr. Abhay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Good day.
Thank you,
Good day.
everyone. Good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.